let's talk about the Mets and the embarrassment that it was this weekend. Not just this weekend, but the past 2 weeks. The Mets did not make the playoffs, and that is shocking, being that they've been in first place for a good majority of the entire season. They just had a total meltdown and collapse. The bullpen really just did not come through. Willie Randolph, I don't know if you could say it's the coach's fault, but I mean today Tom Glavine just did not give the team what they needed, giving up 5 runs, 7 earned in the first inning. And, you know, it's not Randolph's fault that it happened, but they really needed a strong performance from him and anyone in the past 2 weeks. You know, you look at Wright, you look at Reyes, they fell apart. They didn't really contribute much. Delgado, too, the entire month, and pretty much the whole season did not come through for them. So I don't know. It's going to be a long off-season for the Mets. What do you think about this whole meltdown?
Oh, it is going to be the longest off-season, in my opinion, in Mets history.
They're talking about it's the biggest September collapse ever. No team has ever given up a 7-run lead or 7-game
lead in 17 days. It's unbelievable.
Right.
I mean, first of all, the bullpen let them down. I mean, they had an earned run average of almost 7 in the last 2 weeks of the season. I mean, you can't possibly expect to win games like that. And then, of course, the Phillies are unbelievable. I mean, they're hottest team in baseball. A lot of people could definitely make the argument that the Phillies will win the World Series. So, I mean, it's definitely possible. I mean, between them and the Rockies, I don't know what's going on.
Where the hell did the Rockies come from? They're playing a 1-game playoff game with San Diego tomorrow.
Yeah, they're not going to win it, but
they're home. You never know.
I know, but Jake Peavy, best pitcher in baseball right now, and he's going against them.
I thought, and I had the feeling, because last year the Cardinals did not get off to a hot streak when they made the playoffs, and they just got hot when they were in it. And the Yankees did that a while back too. If the Mets just could have gotten in, that's all you needed.
Yeah.
But I don't know. All right, maybe this kid's calling for you.
I'm ready.
Hello, who is this?
It's pretty disappointing that the Mets have been doing so bad, but what can you expect when it stands for my entire team sucks?
When what?
Wait, let's say that again?
Very creative.
Oh, Mets, what it stands
My
for.
entire team sucks.
Oh, what's Chubby's name?
Are you serious?
All right.
kidding?
We don't have time for stupidity.
Oh my God.
But anyway, yes. So the Mets are not in it. I don't know. I think maybe it's going to be a long off season. I know Paul Duke is not coming back. They're going to have to get some more bullpen help. But I think, honestly, Pudge Rodriguez is going to be available if Detroit doesn't pick that up.
I mean, Paulo Duca, he was just a total disappointment this
Why
series.
didn't they play Ramon Castro more? I don't know.
Well, he played today, and he, with the bases loaded, flew out to deep right center. But, I mean, it was just such a disappointment. And Reyes, I mean, what the heck happened to him? He hit under 200. He hit, like, what, 190 in the last 2 weeks?
I don't know what they're going to do. Someone has to be
ridiculous.
accountable. I don't know.
Who is accountable? I don't even know. At first I thought it would be Willie Randolph.
Right.
But I just can't see where he can tell the players. You know, he can only do so much.
Right.
I mean, I think that he could have gotten a little more angry. That was one thing that people, you know, that I find.
Like get himself thrown out of a game, show some more fire, maybe.
Exactly. Have a little bit more emotion. You know, when the team was down, you know, 2 nights ago after they lost and the Phillies tied them, you know, it was the third to last game of the season, and he had a press conference where they said, you know, what's going on, and he's like, you know what, we go out there every day and we try to win. We just have to keep our focus. You know, get mad. Like, I don't know if you remember this. Last year, Denny Green, who is the Arizona Cardinals coach, they lost a game to the Chicago Bears, and he went nuts in the post-game conference. They actually have a commercial about Coors Light on it now.
Those are funny, those commercials.
They're hilarious. But anyway, that's what a team needs, and Willie Randolph is not providing it, so I don't know.
I know. I agree. He should have provided a little more spark, but I think himself was probably a little dejected what the hell is going on here. But
I also think the Mets fans let them down a little bit.
They were there today. They were there.
They did a lot of booing when they probably should have been cheering.
You would have booed too.
I would have booed too,
you booed
but
the Yankees at the beginning, right?
Well, it depends on who you ask, but okay.
You booed too. All right, so speaking of those Yankees, let's talk about them making the playoffs. They are actually in, and who would have thought at midseason that the Yankees would be in the playoffs and the Mets would not, but that's exactly what has happened, and the Yankees, thankfully, are not playing the Anaheim Angels, a team that has really taken control of them the past 2 years or 3 years, beating them every time they've been in there, so luckily for the Yankees, they're playing the Cleveland Indians the first round, and also the Red Sox have the best record in the league, and this year, Major League Baseball is trying to reward the team with the best record, so they're giving them the option of having an extra day within their playoff series, which means that they can go with 4 starters and give their team more rest. So it turns out better for the Yankees that the Red Sox got that. Cleveland could have gotten that, and it really would have benefited Cleveland because they would have been able to go with 2 of their better starters 2 more times. So in that sense, the Yankees are in a good position. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hey, I work for the faculty here, and that picture's a bit inappropriate for...
For what? Looks like you don't have a voice heard here. Okay. So yes, I'm interested to see Alex Rodriguez, a guy who has the best season, or had the best season the entire year out of anyone, hands down will win the MVP. He won the MVP 2 years ago, and he failed in the playoffs. Last year he did okay during the season, failed again in the playoffs. What do you expect from this guy?
I honestly expect A-Rod to do what he has been doing all season, which is hitting the home runs, getting the RBIs. You know, he has 155 RBIs this season. Good call. Excellent call. You know, 155 RBIs this season, 54 home runs. You know, he's really showing his colors, his true colors, and I think that'll carry over into the playoffs. So that'll be nice.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what. All right, we'll give it one more try. All right, so let's move on to the Jets and Giants. Can I help you? Yes, you're on the air. Okay, good. Okay, let's move quickly on to the Jets and Giants. The Jets lost today, so they're 1-3. They lost to the Buffalo Bills, and we actually got the game this time around because they were playing Buffalo, but they were down 17-7. They scored a touchdown to make it 17-14, but they threw an interception at the end, so they lost that game. The Giants are playing right now as we speak, so some of my sports fans may be watching that right now. So again, today was not really a football day. And being that the Yankees are going to be playing for the next month or so, hopefully, the next full month, looks like the NFL will take a back seat. But, of course, if you're Mets fans and you're a Giants fan, you just want to quickly move on to the next sport and just try and get over it.
Or the Rangers,
or the
who
Rangers,
start on
right.
Thursday.
That's true. I don't really watch hockey, though. But
Oh,
Rangers have some
hockey.
big acquisitions.
Oh, my God, I'm so
Scott
excited.
Gomez and Chris Drury.
Yeah,
right?
I'm so excited. It's going to be so much
I think
fun this season.
I watched, or I read on ESPN that there was a magazine article on them, and they had to do a photo shoot everywhere, and people were like, who are these people? They didn't even know what was going on, because they weren't wearing their uniforms.
I actually worked at Madison Square Garden this summer. I think you knew that. And it was so much fun because I actually met Scott Gomez, and I met a couple other guys,
you were at the press
Henrik
conference?
Lundqvist, a bunch of guys like that, and it was seriously so much fun. The guys are really good, and they're really nice, and I'm really excited for the season. It's going to be so much fun. I saw yesterday on ESPN Barry Melrose, who's like the hockey guy.
Right.
He kind of does his best in the East type thing. Best acquisition was Drury. You know, best team in the East is the Rangers. I'm just really excited about the season.
Good, look at that. All right, one more piece of news we're going to be talking about, and this is a little promo for myself, one might say. I write for Pipe Dream, and I do the Pipe Dream Job article, so I just want to let you guys know. If you missed it last week, I did an article on John Heyman, who actually was the first one to find out that the A-Rod trade happened and that A-Rod was coming to New York a couple weeks ago. I interviewed Carl Ravitch, who's an ESPN broadcaster. This week I'll be featuring an article on Corey Schwartz, who has a radio show at MLB.com, and he's the director of statistics. So if you guys click on any of those highlights online, you could see that, you know, the game. You could see the game without actually watching it, or what happens during the game. So he's responsible for that. So just a plug for myself. I figured, you know, why not? I always forget to promote myself. All right, so that is it for that. Let's move on to some movie and television news. Take a look.